More Nigerians have continued to call for justice for those who lost their lives during the NSAS protest at the Lekki toll gate in Lagos State. They said after 3 years of the use of force by government to displace peaceful protesters at the toll gate demanding for a better country, nothing has changed. iBrandTV has details.
It's been 3 years after the event which many describe as the toll gate massacre occurred right here on the island in Lagos State. It is the toll gate. Since then, government and different organizations have put together different panels of inquiries. But many still believe that justice has not been served to those who lost their lives here. 3 years after the NSAS protest, the Lekki toll gate has become a shadow of itself. Though there were no protesters on the ground at the venue of the incident to observe a memorial for such an event that caught the attention of the world, it was observed that fierce-looking policemen were seen at different positions of both sides of the toll gate, fully armed. Commenting on the need for a memorial, these respondents said not much lessons have been learned from the NSAS protests by the police and government at various levels.
The NSAS in Section 40 of the Constitution of Nigeria, 1919, as amended, gives freedom of association to people. There's also the freedom of movement guaranteed by the Constitution. They are fundamental rights. And because they are rights given by the Constitution, they cannot be taken away by the police. It does not lie in the mind to the police to say, no, don't go there and protest. Don't go there and gather for memorial of those that their lives were cut short through bullets. The only thing the police is supposed to do is when they gather, the police can even grant them protection so that hoodlums do not hijack such peaceful protests. And let us recall again that what happened on that day, or that young men and young ladies, unarmed, defenseless, were there carrying out peaceful protests. They were not violent in any form. And then police and army were sent and they cut down the lives of those people and dispersed them. The freedom to protest is a right guaranteed by law.
At the time people were supposed to continue to protest, they were saying, oh, we are waiting for SARS report. We are waiting for SARS report. By the time the report was out, they found out it was nothing to write home about. People got discouraged. So government didn't do well in this circumstance at all.
On the issue of different panels set up by state governments to look into the incident, the respondents were divergent in their opinions.
Panels were set up, findings were made, and there were findings that there were actually gross violations of the rights of Nigerian citizens by the police, particularly the SARS, which led to the immediate disbursement of SARS in Nigeria. And then the police authorities came out to say that henceforth they were going to do their works with professionalism, ensuring respect for human rights and fundamental rights in general. But the question is, after 3 years of that incident, what is the story today? The story is not much different. There are still instances of arrests here and there. There are incidents of arrests, detentions without compliance with the ground on which the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
When there are issues, they always set up panels. So the panels will be given terms of reference to do this, to do that, whether to forestall the occurrence of such a thing or to prevent it or to find some solution or to look at the immediate or remote cause. However, in the mind of the government itself, they know that they are not they are not really interested in that. What they are interested in is to divert attention of the people from the major thing. At the end of the day, nothing will happen apart from 2 or 3 states. No other states followed the NSAS panel. Although some of the panels too were not too, the way they conducted their affair was so funny. Like Lagos zone was a disaster. They didn't do it to a logical conclusion. They follow on due technicality and so on and so forth. So because of this, it threw a question mark on the integrity of the tribunals of the NSAS panel report.
3 years ago, a crowd of unarmed youths singing national anthem were allegedly shot at by troops in bid to quell protests which had lasted for nearly 2 weeks before their intervention, leading to what many now describe as the NSAS massacre. I, Buji Horia, reporting for iBrandTV News.